Welcome to our podcast, Learn Biblical Greek, brought to you by Dr. William Stewart, the co-founder of Teleios. This captivating podcast teaches you biblical Greek through a verse-by-verse study of the book of Ephesians, interjecting Greek grammar, Greek word meanings, and vital theology concepts. Thanks for joining us on this exciting biblical journey. Your study will be more effective if you use the Greek text with the Bible word codes, either on the eSword download or Bible Hub website. These links are on our podcast website at www.teleiosresearch.com.
Hi, I'm William Stewart. Welcome back to our podcast on learning biblical Greek. Wow, glad you're here. We are in Ephesians 5, verse 14, a challenging verse. We'll take 2 videos to cover it, and I'll cover the theological aspects mostly at the end of the second video. So let's get started. Have that Greek text open. Again, look at my website, biography. Look at the disclaimer and the other resources on the site as well that might help you. Verse 14. So we're in the middle of a section where Paul is emphasizing that you walk in the light and you reprove those things of the darkness, and you don't speak of those things that are in the darkness. And I would add, I think that's a general rule. Sometimes we have to in order to solve problems. So I think it's a general rule is that we just don't go around chatting about it, things of the darkness. So he starts here in 14, Dio. Now, Dio comes from dia, through, on account of, and o, the article. It means therefore, as opposed to un, which is the common word for therefore, which is really just a conjunction that provides a continuous thought from the prior passage. This is a stronger therefore, so really an emphasis on this word. Says, this is the Lego, and it's the simple, it's nice to have these simple verbs sometimes, the active present tense in the third person singular. That EI ending is in the first set of endings in the present tense, first person singular. But then it goes egoroi. So this is egoro, rise up, a general word in Greek. Rise up is almost always used for resurrection in the epistles from Romans to Revelation 3. That AI ending is the imperative for the aorist middle. Okay, so very unusual AI. O, here is either an article or relative pronoun. It comes in front of a verb. Kathudo, that omega ending, really in a verb is just really axiomatically for the present participle nominative singular, kathudon. So when it has a participle, which remember is sort of a verbal adjective, that if you have a article in front of it, it's usually translated as he who. So we have here, therefore, says, arise, as in resurrection, typically, as in the epistles, he who is sleeping. Now, sleeping is usually, we see this in the epistles used in 1 Thessalonians 5, meaning somebody who's a Christian who's spiritually asleep. So we have to see if it's used consistently here. We'll have to come to an assessment at the end of the next video. Kai, that ever-present, most common word in the New Testament, and, meaning it's joining two like thoughts under the similar topic. And asta, this again is a command. So again, it means arise. It usually, again, means resurrection. It's in reference to the resurrection when it's used in the epistles. This is second aorist active, also imperative. And that A ending is one of the A endings for the second aorist active imperative for a me verb. Okay, it's what we call an athematic verb, a me verb specifically. A little complicated. You won't see this very much, and sometimes it's just easier to depend on the Robinson codes that follow the verb in eSword or on Bible Hub. Okay, so therefore he says, arise, he who is sleeping, and arise. Now, he says is from several verses in the Old Testament. It's not a direct quote. It's thought to come from Isaiah 60 and Isaiah 26, as I remember. And Isaiah 60, verse 1, Isaiah 26, 19. So it's these themes that are brought together in this verse, and that's why he here refers to Isaiah. Okay, thanks for joining me today. We'll continue with this very interesting verse next time and informative. I'll look forward to seeing you then.